And welcome back to Sobel DIY. My name is Leanne, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to use Dollar Tree materials to recreate one of these farmhouse style scales. These are some that I've made in the past, one with a very rusted weathered finish and this one with the chipped enamel finish. And in today's video I'm going to show you how to recreate one in the rusted galvanized finish. So let's get into a list of the materials you will need for this project. This garden dish that you can usually find in the floral section. This dollhouse style buffet table that you can find in the toy section. A pack of these clear plastic plates in the party section, you will need 4. This container or something similar. Paint, I am using the burnt umber and antique nickel. Spray paint, this is the sterling silver metallic spray paint from Krylon, these cosmetic wedges, and hot glue gun and glue sticks. All of the aforementioned items again can be found at Dollar Tree with the exception of the glue gun and the paints, but you want to remove all the packaging and stickers from your items, and then we will get into spray painting. I skipped filming most of this step because most people do know how to spray paint, but I painted the front and back of everything except the plates. I did the front of one, the back of another, and left one unpainted, and that's only because there would be no reason for the middle one to be painted because it will be glued in between the other 2 plates, but you can do all 3 if you would like. And once you're done spray painting, just leave them out to dry. When the spray paint is dry, using the biggest end of the makeup sponge and the gray paint, dab over each item in alternating directions with the sponge to create a galvanized effect. When you are finished with all of the pieces, you should have something that looks like this. I only did the galvanizing effect for the front plate because this will be the face of your scale printout, but you can do the back plate as well if you would like, but I am just going around the edges just to give it that galvanized effect also. In this step, you will want to glue these 3 plates together, and you will want to glue them with the painted front in front, the painted back in back, and the clear in the middle. Now we will assemble the scale, and with the furniture piece, you will want the smooth side facing forward to hide the drawer details. If you would prefer to finish all the painting before assembling the scale, that is totally up to you, but I would recommend using some super glue as well as the hot glue when assembling, and if anything comes off after you glue it, just do it again. I'm not sure why, but in my experience, when this happens and I re-glue it the second time, it always holds much better. Next, for the rusting detail, we will be using a cosmetic wedge, same as before, in the dabbing motions, and just go around and put this detail in areas that you would naturally start to see rust occurring over time, and add as little or as much of this detail as you would like. Also use your brown paint to paint any of the hot glue that's still showing, and this adds such a nice and realistic detail. Make sure to add the rusting detail to your plates as well. Next, you will need to print a scale face, and you can Google antique scale face and choose images, and it will give you many options. And I printed mine in the 5x7 format to fit these plates. And I have a black and white printer, so I like to go in with some beige and brown paint to add some of the age detail to the paper. And my favorite brush to use for this type of look is a paintbrush with stiffer bristles. Next, I'm just going in with a little bit of this gold metallic paint, and this paint is just for going over the little nails that are on the photo, and I just do this to add a little extra detail, but if you would like to skip this step, totally up to you. Next, I am using Mod Podge to apply the printout onto the plates, and you'll just want to try to make as even of a layer as possible. And then once you place your printout down, just try to smooth it out as evenly as possible. And this part can be a little tricky to make it lay flat, but I am just trying to go over and smooth it out. And if it does wrinkle up a little bit, try not to stress about it, because it does tend to smooth itself out, especially if you have like a hand dryer or something that will help it dry quicker. That works out nicely, but even if it does have a little bit of that rippling, it just adds to the antique effect. Mine did get a little rippling, but that usually will somewhat flatten itself out. Don't rub it too much, or you could rub the image off the paper. But very quickly and carefully go around the edges of the plate with hot glue, but not too much because you don't want a lot of drippings, and quickly because it does dry fast. But the fourth plate will be the covering for your scale face. Now to glue the faceplate to the scale body, determine where the plate sits flat against the container, and you'll just apply the glue in that area. And again, I do recommend using the hot glue and the super glue together for a better hold. And that is all for the scale tutorial, and I do love how these come out. They always look so good and so authentic, and they are so inexpensive to make. And I am decorating this one with other items that are featured here on my channel as tutorials, so go check those out. And if you have liked this, please make sure to follow me for more fun, affordable farmhouse DIYs like this, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!